And welcome
to another Justice video.
So today we have a new Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore trailer.
Yup.
And you know, the last trailer, it gave us a couple things that I'm still trying to wrap my head around here. So Jacob got a wand.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Me and Melinda in the last video theorized that maybe the wand isn't exactly what we think. Like, it maybe doesn't mean he's a wizard.
Yeah.
He's not a wizard, Harry.
It could
maybe
be just a way to, like a passport almost when he's in the wizarding world.
Yeah, or even like
a
a talisman of some kind.
Oh,
like maybe
yeah.
it's protecting him, you know, or some kind of shield or something like that.
Or it could be like snap the wand when you're in trouble and we'll know.
Oh yeah,
sort of deal,
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, like an emergency thing.
Yeah.
Or you know, it could even be nothing. It could just be a stick.
Yeah.
And simply to scare people. Mm-hmm. So he could pull it out, and you know, people would think he's a wizard.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just gonna have to find out because I saw in the thumbnail it showed Jacob and Dumbledore, and Jacob was holding the wand. So maybe they're gonna go a little bit more into detail.
Yeah.
Aside from that, we didn't get a whole lot. We definitely got a little bit of the tone. We saw Credence fighting Dumbledore. We're still not seeing, you know, whether or not we're gonna get to see the big battle between Dumbledore and Grindelwald.
Yeah.
So, because they do have that, you know, that pact, that blood pact, they can't harm each other yet either. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's probably where Newt is going to come into play as well. But yeah, I could go on, you know, and theorize about what direction they're going to go in. But I think without further ado, we should just jump into this.
Yeah, let's hop into it.
Memory is everything. Without it, we are blind. Without it, we leave the fate of our world to chance.
Interesting. The snitch.
I'm sorry to disturb you, Albus, but I've just received troubling news.
Tell me, what is it?
It's Grindelwald.
The time is closed, my brothers and sisters. Our war with the Muggles begins today!
The world as we know it is coming undone. If we're to defeat him, you'll have to trust me.
Mr. Kowalski, we need you.
I said I want an out and I want out.
You do know I'm a witch, right?
Dumbledore asked that I give you something, Jacob.
This is the team that's going to take down the most dangerous wizard in a century. Who wouldn't like our chances?
No one can know everything, not even you.
Interesting.
What you're doing is madness. With or without you, I'll burn down their world. Dangerous times favor dangerous men.
If by tea time,
All of us are still alive. You should consider our efforts a success.
Mr. Kowalski,
My pleasure.
do you really intend to turn your back on your own kind?
Interesting.
It was you who said we could reshape the world.
Even if we make mistakes, we can try to make things right. We're gonna need some help.
There's nothing you can do to stop me. Things are not quite what they appear.
Interesting.
I trust you're enjoying your wand, Mr. Kowalski.
Oh, wait, what?
Can I keep this?
Okay. It looked like it was doing magic.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it was doing magic.
He was making a storm. What the heck? That was definitely a much better trailer.
I would agree.
I feel like we were given a lot more context, and we got to actually see Dumbledore and Grindelwald talking to each other.
Yeah.
You know, one vibe the trailer's giving me? I think that Credence might switch sides.
Yeah?
Or at least be tempted to the point and then maybe die before he can.
Okay, I can see that. that.
So they showed us a lot of our new Grindelwald, and I'm definitely liking what we're seeing.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And he's got style too. What's up with this interesting port key? Like, why does it not just look like a regular port key? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like port keys can be pretty much any kind of object, right?
Yeah.
And then this one, it's got like unicorns, or
it's
or maybe
like
it was a horse.
spinning and
maybe
stuff.
Just a horse. It definitely looks special. And then this room, I'm wondering if that's like the room of requirement or something.
That's what
like
I'm
that.
thinking. It's the room of requirement.
Maybe that's when you require a port key. That's just the cool looking port key that it manifests.
It's like, oh, I got one.
Yeah. What do you think this was? It almost looked like, I don't think the Harry Potter world would get into this, but it almost looked like parallel universes or something, where it kind of flipped around and it showed Dumbledore and Credence.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? I think it's just a style
it is
thing?
very strange. It almost gives me sort of Doctor Strange Mirror Dimension, sort of.
Right? Yeah, like with
vibes.
where, you know, the public's eye is right now with multiverses and you know, just Spider-Man just coming out. Like,
Yeah.
are they gonna try to, you know, tiptoe in that area? Or is that just kind of like an effect showing like we have a dark side and a light side, or, you know, something poetic like that?
Yeah.
Right there, too, a small glimpse it gave us of Dumbledore and Grindelwald actually fighting. See, Dumbledore is supposed to be, when it comes to wizards, like top notch.
Yeah, like the cream of the crop.
Yeah, and we've seen him duel Voldemort, and that was insane. We, you know, seeing it on the big screen. I can only imagine what his duel will look like when he's younger, possibly more in his prime.
Yeah.
Fighting against Grindelwald. I bet it's gonna be awesome.
So to see two people of that caliber going at it,
Yeah.
that's going to be amazing to see.
I really wonder what's going to happen with his blood pact, because we did see them dueling. Maybe that's what like the first half of this movie is going to be, like them breaking the blood pact.
Yeah, them figuring that part of it out.
Yeah. You know, I've heard theories that the blood pact might not be what we expect because that Grindelwald might be taking advantage of Dumbledore.
Really?
Yeah, because Grindelwald is a seer, so Grindelwald can see into the future, you know, get glimpses. What if the whole reason he became close to Dumbledore and sought him out in the first place was because he knew that Dumbledore was the only one that stood in the way against him and his greatness, or what? And his greatness, you know. So what if he pretended, you know, and staged the friendship and the deep feelings? Also, Dumbledore would trust him and make this blood pact, and maybe the blood pact is one-sided. Maybe Dumbledore can't hurt Grindelwald because his love was real.
Oh, interesting.
But then there's the argument that the spell wouldn't have worked if both parties didn't actually feel real love.
Yeah.
So there's that too. Let's talk about
Stormbringer over here.
Yeah, so why does Jacob seem to be wielding the power of Thor and Odin inside of a restaurant? And look, it looks like he doesn't have much control. And so there's so many things going through my head, like, you know, if this is real magic and, you know, he is a wizard of some kind or what have you, that could be, you know, just because he's new and doesn't know how to use it.
Yeah, he never went to Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Or Ilvermorny.
Or is it a thing, like, it just makes storms?
It's like built into the wand and he's just using this enchanted wand, basically.
Yeah.
I could see it going either way, but I'm really hoping they bring him into it, because I can't remember who it was. It might have been Matt Pat over at Film Theorists.
Okay.
Who, he had a theory that, because remember how he talked about in the first movie, when there was the magic baked goods, he was like, oh, it reminds me of my grandma, you know, she bakes stuff like this.
Yeah.
And there's theories that her family traces back to Helga Hufflepuff.
Oh, that's right. I have heard this before. Yeah.
So he could very much be a part of the wizarding world and part of a legacy like that. This will sort of expose that, like, okay, maybe their net isn't perfect for, like, catching everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
See, my original theory for Newt was that he was going to possibly be the one who actually had this big duel with Grindelwald, because he always makes the right choice and the blood pact. And then, of course, you know, it was mentioned that who knows if the big duel even happened. Grindelwald might have thrown up a white flag for all we know, and Dumbledore came up with this story. Either way, my theory was that Newt might have been the one to have the great duel. But now that we're seeing these flashes of them fighting,
Yeah.
you know, that's making me second guess this. But that still might not be the great duel. And what we're seeing might not be what we think we're seeing. They might not be fighting in the way we think.
You know what just popped in my head? Like an interesting way of like, not the final way they get past the blood pact, but like in the beginning, you know, if they want to trade some blows, it's like, even though they can't act to harm them, it's like, oh, I know he's gonna dodge. Like he's good enough to dodge it. So like, whew,
you know, simply that
mean?
mindset. Yeah.
That mindset is a way of them being like, okay, well, you can do some stuff then.
So this is definitely making me rethink Newt's whole purpose and what exactly is his piece in this whole puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm also wondering if they're going to bring Voldemort back in some way. I think they're going to want to remind us of this franchise's big bad.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form, even if it's just an after credits scene, really.
It's crazy to think that all of this started just from a dude trying to get a big bird back to Arizona.
I know, right? So awesome.
Yeah. Do you think that cafe that they're talking in, like, is even real? Like, could it be, like, just, like, something they sort of conjure up to use to communicate with each other? Almost like a wizarding telephone.
Yeah,
They can
it
both
almost
be, like,
has the
their
vibes.
Zoom call.
Like, it almost has a similar glow and the vibes to when Dumbledore was dead and talking to Harry.
Oh, in a King's Cross station.
Yeah, so it definitely does have a vibe of, like, a made-up magical place.
Yeah.
You might be right there, that they might be, like, telepathically communicating from a distance or something.
And the fire was just, he hung up on him.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that was.
That's all that was. Because when the fire starts, he's not in the chair anymore.
Yeah. Good point, good point. The last question on my mind is Credence a Dumbledore?
Yeah, that's gonna be...
I keep hitting that straw. We still don't have the answer to that question. We don't quite know yet if Credence is a Dumbledore or not. But I really do think that there is truth to this story. I think that there really definitely was a lost brother to Dumbledore, or to Albus, to the Dumbledores. But I believe that that was the child that died on the boat that night.
Yeah, because of the swap.
Yeah, and Credence is probably just a random person. But I've also heard theories on the internet that maybe Credence is related to the Gaunts, or, you know, the Voldemort's family.
Yeah.
Because we never hear Nagini talking to Credence. She's always kind of whispering to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so some people are thinking maybe that they're speaking Parselmouth.
Oh, yeah.
So if they're speaking snake language, that is a trait that specifically only runs in the Gaunt family that we know of right now.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thought, that maybe, you know, he might not be a Dumbledore, he might not be random, but he might be very special indeed. He might have some very, very special blood indeed.
Yeah.
Just might not be what we're expecting, you know. I think I heard most of that from the Super Carlin brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, so awesome theory.
And on that note, check us out on Facebook at JustisBand Music, and on Twitter and Instagram at JustisBand.
Yeah, and don't forget to check out our merch store at justisband.com. We got some cool shirts, we have some stickers, and also we have our new single out, Predictable, and we'll have links to the shop and to our music down in the description. We'd love for you to check it out. I hope everyone out there has an excellent week, and until next time,
Catch you on the flip.